I'm Norman Robinson, and welcome to Affordable Housing Matters. On today's show, we will discuss the construction industry workforce and how it's growing in New Orleans. We have an excellent show planned for you today, so don't go far.
I had to pack up all my things. I had to leave my home. And I never knew where I was going next. But then you came along.
There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you.
Construction is consistently happening in our area, whether that is through home and commercial building repairs or brand new buildings. And as many as 30% of tradesmen and construction business in New Orleans are Spanish speaking. The Home Builders Association of Greater New Orleans has formed a Latino committee to help the Latino community and the Greater New Orleans area community overall. Joining me now are two members of that elite committee, Ms. Angelica Rivera of Colmex Construction and Mr. Jose Bejeda, CEO of JVL Construction. Welcome to Affordable Housing Matters.
No, thank you for having us. This is a pleasure.
This is quite a delightful surprise. I was not aware that such a large percentage of home construction or construction in general had such a Latino influence. So what got you two involved in this particular industry?
Well, I'm from Colombia, and actually I started in the real estate industry back in Florida. And in 2007, after we had this collapse in the industry, and my husband, he was in the construction business. He came to New Orleans to work with someone else after Katrina. Mm-hmm. And then I moved back here too, and we realized there was a need of reliable contractors, because there was a lot of out-of-state contractors that commit a lot of fraud, and we were witness of that. So that's why we decided to open Colmex Construction.
All right, Jose, what happened?
Well, it's pretty much similar. I'm originally from Mexico City. Mm-hmm. I came here right after Katrina, like 2 weeks, actually 2 weeks before Katrina, but I went to Texas.
So you went to Texas?
Yes, I went to Texas, and then, you know, Katrina was a devastating event that brought so many people from everywhere. And happens that I met somebody there that was experienced on the construction industry, and he invited me to come here. So I moved here in June 2006, several months after Katrina. And to be honest, as an immigrant, you know, I didn't speak the language. I didn't have too much knowledge about other stuff, and construction was one of the things that I can do that was paying well at that time. And
well, paying well is important, right?
Yes. So and that's how I started. You know, it was a need for to build this beautiful city. And to be honest, I didn't like construction at the beginning.
No?
No, back in Mexico, I never did any construction at all. But over here was the best option for me, and I said, let's give it a try. Mm-hmm. And I started learning the trades, and I started doing the work, and construction feels so natural for me, and I fall in love with the construction. And you know, as I started working on the industry, I started experiencing exactly the same thing that you just said. You know, a lot of families get affected, especially the lower income families that they cannot afford a reliable contractor. They just hired somebody that they said that they could do the work. And unfortunately at that time, everybody became contractors, and many people that were not honest, and they were just taking the money, leave, and then leave the families with, you know, the still work to be done on the houses, or they did a job that they didn't care about it, and you know, it was just not well done. And to be honest, when I started working on the construction, many of the work that I was doing is to fix issues that's from another contractor.
And so you went in to correct repairs that were supposedly done correctly, but had not been done correctly. So you went in to complete and repair somebody else's work.
Yeah, that was a lot of the work that I started doing at the very beginning. And it was so sad to experience all of that.
And let me tell you something. There is not I still remember the beautiful feeling of giving a homeowner the keys of the house when it was totally complete, and that really is my passion to do that. And after that, we've done hundreds of homes. And I think that last moment, and whenever you finalize and you know that it's a product, that is a home that you will be happy to move in, that's the key in the construction. And yeah, just like Jose was saying, the industry back then was really messed up, I will say, because there was a lot of people that came saying that they were general contractors, that they knew what they were doing, and they were not. So
yeah, a lot of people were taken advantage of. I mean, I remember that because I used to do shows about it. People who came in with heartbreaking stories about how they had been ripped off for thousands and thousands of dollars by people who purported to be contractors who were really just fly-by-night con people.
And unfortunately, I think that you've been in the same situation that I was, that you saw that, you know, at the moment, like what you saw when they were showing their houses, when they were asking you to do the work, and it's like how this can happen, you know, how people can do that. And you know, that's the main reason why I decided to open Job Construction at that time. I did a lot of work for some other people, and I started doing jobs on the side. Like I started learning. Like at the beginning, I didn't have much experience, so it took me probably about 4 years to kind of start getting familiar with the construction. And when I started doing side jobs, that's when I started experiencing all of that. And it's like, shoot, this cannot be like that. You know, we have to do something about it. And my apportation is like, okay, I need to create something, an organization that really focus on customer satisfaction, good products, quality, honesty, and that's when we start. That's when I opened Job Construction, and you know, I start little by little.
And you know what? You mentioned something really interesting, and is that more than 30% of the industry is by Latino community. I mean,
that's a huge percentage.
It's a huge percentage, but also I feel like there is not enough support for that Latino industry.
Explain that. What do you mean when you say you feel like there's not enough?
Well, probably
support?
in my experience when I started, I mean, I was a woman in the construction industry. My English was not good at all. And then didn't have experience, so I had to learn, go to classes and all this. But I didn't find back then a place where that I could feel that they was supporting our Latino community. So it was really difficult, and that's why today I'm so happy that we have our Latino community at the Home Builders Association, because we provide everything all in Spanish, because we have a lot of people that don't speak English in the industry. Now, that is a plus for us now because we can contact them, we communicate with them, but there is a lack of opportunities for them because they cannot find jobs or work with other people that don't understand them. And also, if they want to open a construction company, there is not enough resources for them as well. So it is difficult, and again, it's sad knowing that we're at 30% and there is not enough support.
So what would you like to see happen as it relates to what's needed, the challenges being faced by the Latino community?
Well, I think that, you know, adding a little bit to what you said, it's not like there is no many resources. There is a lot of resources, but because there is in an English language, we have
the language barrier. Is the challenge.
It is a challenge.
The major barriers.
You know, and again, a lot of people come as an immigrants, and they don't speak the language, and took us some time. Like myself, I still don't speak the English as well as I wish could, but I'm learning. But there is a lot of people that they cannot speak at all.
And well, you're doing very well. I mean, now you're officially bilingual. See?
Yes, but it took me so many years to get to this point.
Yeah.
And when you just came here, you know, the language is a big barrier. So I think that's, you know, it is resources, but not specifically for this community. And when you mentioned 30%, that's probably national-wide, but New Orleans is probably higher than that.
Really?
Yes. New Orleans, I think that we have a report where it says it's a little bit more than almost 70% of the workforce.
The workforce.
It is made by Hispanic speakers.
So that must present quite a challenge for the Latino workforce community in the construction industry.
Yes.
So how do you manage that? Because I figured that if language is a barrier, and you've got 70% of the workforce in New Orleans, construction, probably other areas too, construction. So how do you manage that?
So just like Jose was saying, there is a lot of resources, but not in Spanish. So, and that's it, and a lot of them, I mean, a lot of people, they speak English, which is good, but we have a lot of other ones that don't speak English. And even sometimes if they understand, they don't feel comfortable going into these classes. And I'm talking, again, for experience, because sometimes you feel like, okay, you don't understand 100%, or people don't understand what you're saying. So it's kind of, it is difficult.
So you think you go in there feeling awkward, and you go in there feeling isolated and ostracized, and not being appreciated. Is that it? That feeling?
I don't think it's too much about the not being appreciated, but it's also cultural. So when you go to a place where like HBA, for example, there is 4 Hispanics leaders on the community. We usually stay together because we know
in the board of directors,
the
there
culture.
is only.
So it's like you feel more comfortable, even that you speak the language. You still feel connected more with the group of people that you identify with. So that's also a cultural thing. But yeah, the other part is true.
And actually, that was exactly what our goal was when we created the Latino committee at the Home Builders Association, was to provide that place where people feel, or in the construction, they feel secure to come. They know they are going to understand 100% of what we're doing. So we basically focus on 3 things: education. So not only for business growth, we also want to do code enforcement, see new codes, new techniques in the construction. In fact, we have a class coming up for fortified roofing, which is a big deal right now in the industry. And it's going to be in Spanish. So all these classes, we provide them in Spanish, which is definitely something that we see there is a need out there. In addition to this, we're doing networkings. So that's another goal for the committee, is to create networkings where we can, again in Spanish, where we can open opportunities to work among us, because again, there is a lot of construction companies out there that they're owned by Spanish, by Latinos, and I think it's really important for us to connect as well. And advocacy definitely is a big deal too. We understand what the needs are in our community and how we can address those needs. I think that's really important too. So yeah, by creating this committee, we want to make sure that we are represented as a Latino community.
And go ahead, Jose.
That last part is very important. I think that when you ask what is missing, I think it's the representation. I think that is a group of people that raise the voice and say, hey, Latinos, we are here. We also are learning. We also want to give to the community. We also want to help the community to get better. Education, us as a leaders, us as a construction workers, or as a owners of a construction company, get better so we can provide better services. So.
And another thing is, like Jose was mentioning, in our culture, we tend to work a lot in our business. So we have great people that they know how to do a great job, but they don't really know how to work on their business to grow and develop. And I think that is important. So again, not only the fact that they don't feel comfortable by going into these classes, but also our culture is more like work in the business. I mean, we need to make money basically, but again, that's why we want to educate people, the importance of them to work on the business, to look at from a different perspective and see, okay, what is needed, see every aspect of our business and see, okay, where do I need help, and those are the kind of tools that we want to provide.
So now that you've got the education and now that you've got the jobs, how do you house people in a city that is constrained by the lack of affordable housing. What do you do about that?
And actually, that's a great question. I think that's an issue not only for the construction industry, but every industry is having that issue currently. There is a lack of affordable housing. And in fact, that's one of our specialties. We do affordable housing, work with
because that's our specialty too here, affordable housing show. So what's it?
So we do a lot of affordable housings with different organizations, and I know there is a lack of homes, not only for homeowners, but also for renters. I mean, there is not easy to find a property within the city for rent. So those are things that needed to be addressed. And if you ask me, how are we addressing that?
Yes,
well,
I was going to ask that. Very definitely.
Well, first, in our case, a lot of people in our organizations, they actually live outside the city area, which is an issue too, because then we have other expenses
sure.
that come in place. Yeah, in place. And but again, that is a big gap there. That we need to, as a community, as leaders in the industry, the people that had the voice can help us to address, and we're doing our part again by helping building more affordable housings and make sure that we bring our communities in town back together.
And in regards to affordable housing, what should individuals who want a new home built, what should they be asking for these days when they come to your committee? When they come to your committee for help, what are you telling them?
If they want to build a new home, or they want to...
what is it, building a new home or do a remodel?
Well, definitely in our committee, I mean, we're open to, there is a lot of people that actually are looking to build, are looking to renovate, and the prices increase tremendously. I mean, after COVID, it is insane how all the industries, the prices went up. And so what we try to do is we try to connect these people with lenders that can help them to fill that gap in their financials and be able to afford those houses. Now, when we say affordable housing, something that I love about doing affordable housing for these organizations is a lot of those houses are so beautiful. We're talking about energy efficient. We're talking about fortified goals requirements. We're talking about all these things that I think it's amazing, the work that we're doing, or that the government is doing by providing homes that are durable, homes that where anyone can move in. I mean, I was doing an inspection last week. We're doing this community back in Great Louisiana, and we were inspecting some homes there, and I was like, oh my God, I wish I could move in one of these homes because they were so beautiful, and that's something that I'm proud of. But definitely connect people with organizations like there is Jericho Row, who offers financing and grants to people that qualify. There is many organizations around town that we can connect them, so they can work with them and get some help financially, some grants and also some loans.
Now you're talking our language. That's what we want to hear. You know, how do we get those grants and those loans to be able to acquire, a living place, a place of residence?
Well, and again, I mentioned there is a lot of organizations like Habitat of Humanity. They're doing a great job too, building affordable housing. In fact, they're doing a big project right now in the Lower Ninth Ward. We have the Housing Authority of New Orleans. I mean, if you go there, we're done some houses for them too. So you just need to apply and see if you qualify for grants. And I love to see when I see our Hispanic names and lists, I'm like, yeah! Because I think there is a lack in our community too, especially, if it is in people that are from here, in our community, that gap is even bigger, so.
Mm-hmm. And how do people contact you, Jose, if they are interested in acquiring either affordable housing or construction, career, or an education? in the construction industry? What do they do if they want to get in touch with the Latino Committee for the Home Builders Association of Greater New Orleans?
Well, for that, we also actually are promoting in our the network that we already have. We work with a lot of other Hispanic subcontractors or contractors that they don't know about the Latino community. It's relatively new. We just started on January, actually, so it's just been a few months that we started with this initiative. So we're trying to give them the information. At this point, there's not many people that knows about it, but the ones that contact us, we just send it to the website of the
HBOGNO.org. I think it was on the screen, so people can have that information. And there is, I think there is 3 different, I will say, things that we need to address. One is people that are looking for affordable house, that are probably in other industries, that they want to see how they can have their homes in an affordable way. And there is the ones that are looking for work, people that are looking for a full-time in a company, some stability. And then we're looking at people that are want to open their own company. So there is different resources, and again, they can contact us and we will address whatever their needs are. But again, there is a lot of organizations out there, like if you want to open your own company and you're a Latino, there is a wonderful organization called El Centro. They actually,
El Centro?
El Centro.
El Centro, okay.
With Lindsay Navarro. They do a great job helping small businesses to start apps and open their companies with all the documents, and they're 100% in Spanish. Then we have, if they're looking for work, we have the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, which they also have a list of all, and they actually send out an email every week with positions available with companies and not only in the construction business, but other trades. And then again, people that wanted to reach out for to have the opportunity to own their own homes, they can contact us as well, and we will address them to many organizations that are helping right now.
Okay, so you have a web page. You have a web page.
Well, they can contact the HBA-GNO directly, or if they want to contact me, they can call our office. It's 504-383-8092, and they can ask for me. And if I'm not there, I will definitely return their calls and guide them to the right direction.
Yeah, because people, I know. For instance, I like talking to people. I like hearing a voice on the other end of the line when I'm on the web or the internet. I'm not sure I'm getting through. You know, I'm not sure exactly who's reading the message that I'm sending. So I guess it's more important for a lot of people to be able to talk to someone, of course, like you and Jose. So that's what we're shooting for, an opportunity to get people directly connected to the both of you.
And actually at the HBA, we do have someone that speaks Spanish, Kelly. She's great, she's a sweetheart, and she can, I know she will guide you to whatever directions you need or you're looking for. And again, they can contact us directly. I know that Jose is always willing to help as well, the community, and so.
And actually, something, we have these meetings every single the last Tuesday of every month at the HBA office on North Arnold. So they can show up at the meetings. It's
at really?
5 o'clock.
So the meetings are
every Thursday,
open
the last
publicly?
Thursday.
Tuesday, the last.
I'm sorry, Tuesday. The last Tuesday of every month, we do have a meeting at 5 o'clock for the Latino community. So if you have any ideas, if you can just go ahead and want to be there, you're welcome to be there. Now it's in Spanish, so.
That's quite all right.
But yeah, we have meetings every month, and basically what we do in those meetings is kind of see what's next. What events we want to program and what do we want to do for the community. So
what does someone who is Latino do if they are desperately in need of affordable housing, or an affordable place to live? Who do they contact? What do they do?
That is a good question. Like I said, they can contact the HBA directly, or they can contact us. And there is different organizations that
so
can help them.
you can put people in touch with the organizations that
definitely.
might
Like
be
I
able to
mentioned,
help.
we're building right now some houses for Jericho Road Episcopal community. They do a great job finding people. Providence is another organization that help people to find affordable homes, and so there is many organizations that can always contact us, and we will put them in touch.
That's what we like to do here, because people ask us. I know I'm on the street sometimes, and they say, "Well, I need affordable housing. Can you help me? Who do I contact?" So we like to tell people where they can go to get the information they need. So if we have any viewers out there listening right now, we'd like to be able for our viewers to be comfortable enough to call you guys, Jose or you, Angelica, so that you can put them in touch with an agency that might be able to help them.
I will be more than happy to share any resource that we have. So yeah, you're welcome to contact us at any time.
Well, thank you both for being here, and it's been a delight meeting you. And I'm glad to know that there is yet another resource out there for affordable housing. Not only affordable housing, but construction jobs and career opportunities.
And businesses.
Thanks to both of you, and good luck. And you're always welcome here.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. That will conclude our program for today. We would again like to thank our guests, Ms. Angelica Rivera, Mr. Jose Bajelas, and the Home Builders Association of Greater New Orleans for giving valuable information on our program. Remember, if you would like to watch or rewatch any of our programs, please scan the QR code on the screen. It will direct you to WLAE YouTube page, where you can view all of our programs at your very own leisure. I'm Norman Robinson, and we will see you, of course, next time right here on Affordable Housing Matters.